Yo, what up, everybody? This is your boy Busy Bee Man, back at it with another Busy Bee mobile mechanic video. Today's video is all about timing. Timing is crucial. I have a video about this. I talk about. You guys can probably check it out on my channel. Probably can scroll through some of those channels and look through there, look at that video, and this is one of those videos now. But I'm doing actual work to the vehicle to show you how to line up your timing on any vehicle that you do have that's gas combustion. But today's video is about the timing belt or timing chain. It'll be the same no matter how it works. I do know some timings are different as far as like model cars or model engines. Today's video is on a Hyundai Accent 2012. Nice and easy, nothing too hard, but you guys have a little bit of patience. If you got the time, go ahead and knock it out. Show you step by step how to do it, and then get you guys back out on the road and running again. And how can you detect if you have a bad timing belt as well? So you guys stay tuned to this video. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, follow, hit that bell for notifications every time I drop one of these videos. Okay, you guys? All right, you guys, I'm back here with the Hyundai Accent. Customer is having a timing issue. I was dealing with this customer before. We thought it was a couple of crank sensors and a starter, well, a crankshaft sensor and the crankshaft sensor and the camshaft position sensor. We thought it was those. Code indicated reading the same thing, but had the issue of not starting. So it turns over, but it doesn't start. So we found out that it was the timing belt. So we're going to be changing the timing belt on this car and then get this thing up and running. So how do you get to that part? So up under this little cover here is the timing belt. I'm gonna probably sit you guys down so you guys can see some of this in live action. How about that? Let's get you guys down here, right? And then stay with me, guys. Stay with me. All right. So we got to get this timing cover off. Once we get the timing cover off, we can be able to access the timing belt system and pulleys and the actual belt. How do you do it on a Hyundai Accent 2012? I'm going to show you step by step. So once we get this cover off, we'll be able to show you the timing belt that's behind there. All right. So you got 4 bolts on this thing. You got one right here. You got one right here. 2 at the bottom on each side of the cover plate. And then you can access this belt. All right. Oh, and don't forget, guys, if you are doing this at home, do yourself a favor, because I know a lot of guys be like, man, fuck, I forgot I boat. So the best way to do this without forgetting any of your boats, just put your boats back. Okay. So I already got the first 2 off before. I'm gonna stick them back on, but you guys are gonna see me stick these bolts back in. And you're probably gonna see this throughout the video as well as I'm doing this. So you guys can probably get a good indication of how to do it on your Hyundai 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder vehicle. Like I said, it's not very hard. You know, it's just a couple of things you have to do. Process it, you know what I mean? Take the time out, do it, get it done. And you can do it within a day. You can do it within a couple hours. If you do it right, and you watch this video, you may be able to get it done within about an hour. So I gotta find my customer's wheel lock, because the way we're gonna access this belt is by the wheel channel. But we gotta get some bolts off up here as well. Get this cover off, get the belts off, because this belt here has to come off. That belt has to come off. And then your main serpentine belt has to come off. And I think you got, you got 3 belts on this vehicle. So you have one for your power steering, you have one for the water pump and crank, and then you have one for the crank to the AC compressor, so, or AC pump. So that, you get those 3 belts off, you can be able to access this timing belt. But you have to get those things off. Stay tuned. You know, like I say, if you guys liking the video, like, subscribe, share, follow, do all those things, man, and hit them thumbs ups, comment, you know, hit that bell for notifications when I drop these videos, you guys. All right, so be back soon. All right, hey. Yo, what up, everybody? This is your boy Busy B, man, back at it with the Hyundai Accent timing belt. Get down here on the floor, get up and close person with you guys. So we're taking off the belts for this particular engine because you have to access the pulleys and then remove the 3 belts that I was talking about. One, you can access it from the bottom or you can access it from the top. But since it has 3 belts, it's better to access it from the bottom. So I'm gonna go up under here and take a little look-see. Get you guys off the tripod. Take a little look-see up under here and see what we can see, right? All right, let's go. So, all right, so you got your alternator right there, right? So when you take off the alternator, it should release the tension off the alternator belt, and I want to say the power steering. But I got that belt unloosened already. I'll show you that in a few. And then you gotta access the serpentine belt from the back here where the tire is. But you can do it from, I want to say, you can do it from right here. And you see that little bolt. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna put my hand on it. You see this little bolt here? All right, this takes the tension off this pulley, all right? But it takes off the tension off the main serpentine belt. So if you guys can see that, you guys, it takes off the tension from this. But this belt here drives 3 pulley systems. So you got the main, which is the crank. Then you got, I think this belt here, well, yeah, that's the main belt right there that's running to the water pump itself too. So if you're untouching this, this can come off. As far as your AC one, you guys can access that one from down here where the tire wheel is. And I'm gonna show you that one right now. So let's go back up to the tire wheel. Jesus. So getting to those 2 bolts is not very hard. You can probably do it from the tire wheel as well. Me, I'm a freelancer, so I know where these parts will be at and where, how they're gonna probably run them. But yeah, you can access it from the tire wheel. So while we're here, you're gonna be able to access all this stuff right now. So let's see if I can get you guys flipped around here. Oh, take a picture of myself. Yeah. All right, accessing those 2 bolts are that pulley there, right? Well, there's a bolt behind there. I showed you guys that earlier. Let me see if I can get you around to it. And yeah, so if you can see that, this bolt here will take off this pulley. All right. So it's going to take the tension off the serpentine belt. You guys can be able to access all this from this bolt here. All right. So take this bolt off. You can get this belt off, and then you're gonna have a bunch of room to work with up under here. But as far as it goes, let me finish up and then try to get this thing off, because I think we got to take the harmonic balancer off, and then we're gonna have to take off the harmonic balancer to access that timing chain or timing belt, because that cover got to come off right there as well. So we got to get all that stuff off, get off the motor mount as well, and then I'm gonna come back in and show you. Okay, so stay tuned. Yo, we back, everybody. So we got all the belts off, right? We got one of the pulleys off, because one will come off as you're doing the belts, tensioners, and pulley system. One of the pulleys do come off. It's a two-piece. So when you guys are doing this Hyundai Accent this year, or this year model, just remember right here is the water pump. All right. So that will have two pulleys on it. We got the pulley right there. So 4 bolts, pretty much easy access. Take them off. You're done. And you guys can be able to access this timing cover bottom plate here, because we still got to get this thing here off. I think it's 3 bolts holding this thing on, or 4 bolts holding it on, but we'll find out right now. But I think the most of it is 3 or 4. Don't quote me on it, because like I said, I'm a freelancer, I know, so pretty much it's probably gonna end up being like 4 bolts. So to get this cover off, you're gonna have to get the other 2 in the back. I got one of the bolts off. This is what the bolts look like, and you can see, like, I got one right there too. Yeah, that one right there. Remember, I always say, put your bolts back too, guys, so you guys don't lose them. Here go the other bolt right here, and that's for the top cover, man. You got like 40 of these bolts, so all 4 of those hit the top cover of the timing belt itself, and then you got 3 that access this bottom cover here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and finish it up, get it off, show you what I got to do. We're gonna mark it, put it in time, and then we can go from there, man. Probably pop it back on and get another happy customer. All right, so all right, see you on the next one. So here we go. So basically, what we did was we took off the top motor mount here. You can access that belt, the pulley, the crank pulley down there. That comes right off. You don't need a harmonic balancer pulley to be able to get that off. It just slides out because it has a pin on it. So if you guys do have the Hyundai Hyundai Accent, or the 4-cylinder, like a Sonata or whatever, any of the Hyundais that's 4-cylinder, this is how you're going to be able to take it off within the years of, I want to say 2010 all the way to 2015. This is going to be that process for a 4-cylinder. And even if it's a 6-cylinder, but if the motor sits sideways, because they're going to make 3 different size motors for each, I want to say, cylinder test. So I think this one is just a 1.8. I'm not sure, but yeah. But it's pretty easy. It's pretty accessible. So between the years of 2010 to 2015, this is what you guys are going to end up doing to get that timing belt off. So let me keep it pushing. I'm going to show you belt itself. Show you how to access to, or just kind of take friendly note of your belts. If you haven't changed your belts in a while, you guys, do check this. Check this and see if you got cracks, cuts, or bubbles, or I want to say abrasion, bubbles, and cuts. So if you think of the ABC moment, I'm a truck driver, so I used to teach this to my drivers. It's called ABC. The ABC means abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. All right. So for this matter, it will be abrasions and cuts. Just check the belt to see if you got cracks or cuts in the belt. If you haven't did this in a long time, you probably gonna get this part right here. Look, this is all the inside of the belt. That's all the inside of the belt right there. All right. So this belt haven't been changed probably hell since it's been done. But yeah, you guys can get the stuff off, check it out, and then make sure that you're probably gonna have the same tension to it, but it's not gonna be the same as if it was with the ridges on it like that. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna have a little bit more tension to that belt. So make sure you guys are actually taking the time out, looking at that. If you're doing some little pre-maintenance to your vehicle, because this is a pre-maintenance deal, you can do this yourself at home. Like I said, you can do it at home. You don't have to take all this stuff off to be able to see if this belt is wearing out or if it is if it's going to be out. So basically, it's just easy pre-maintenance it. This should have no more than maybe a quarter of an inch of play in the belt line. So yeah, so you guys shouldn't have too much tension towards it. That pulley right here, that one right there. All right. So that pulley there has to be undone to take the tension off the belt. All right. So how you do that is by unloosening this bolt. So you gotta unloosen this bolt and unloosening that bolt, and then there should be like a spring lever or a spring action on it. Go ahead and unloosen these two bolts, push it up, and you gotta push it up that way, okay? And it'll take the tension off the belt. So once you take the tension off the belt, you can be able to get the belt off. How you be able to put the tension back on is by when you put the new belt on, make sure that you're prying down on, I want to say pry down on this, or if you got enough little room right there for the bolt, take a flathead screwdriver, pull down, right, like you're prying down, and just pry down. You see what I'm saying? And it'll put the tension back on this belt. So these bolts here are 10 millimeters. Most of all the bolts on here is going to be 10s besides the crank pulley belt, or the crank belt mean the crank harmonic balancer bolt. That's going to be a 22. But most of these bolts like this is going to be 10s. This is a 22 size. Those are 10s right there. That take off the motor mount is so with this boat right here, this is a 17-inch boat. Okay, these two right here plus one more is 14s. So you can get the bracket off this way. All right, so this is how it would look with two screws, right? So you got one and two, and then a long screw bolt that drives through there, which is a 14. So all three of these bolts or 14s right there. My bad. So all three of these bolts are 14s. You got two screws, one, no, two nuts, and then one screw. All right. So remember that size 14, two screws, one bolt. All right. So no, one bolt. So yeah. So you got the two screws, one bolt, 14s. This is a size 17. I want to believe, like I just said, it's a size 17, yeah. Size 17, and then you get that off. You can use a breaker bar or whatever if yours is accessible a little bit too tight. But yeah, that's how you do it. And then to get all this stuff off, it was pretty much easy. It's all 10s, 14s. Um, you're going to be using a lot of 10s a lot on this vehicle because of the year. The more the year that goes by, or the year that actually they make these cars, earlier, or you know, more younger, then the boat sizes will go up. Right? So just stay in mind of that. These boat sizes will go up, but they will get lighter. They will break because you're talking about a bigger boat, much lighter, which is on the engine, right? Because if you're looking at horsepower performance, you want the lightest parts that's accessible outside of the engine crankcase. This will be the engine crankcase, like right here. Like this is the oil pan, right? This is the the oil pan cover. All right. So once you take this off, you're gonna be able to see like the pistons, connecting rods, the crank. You're gonna see all that, the pump. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna see those things inside of this engine from the cover. So, like I say, the more these engines are starting to be made, the more powerful they are because they have lighter boat specs but bigger boats. Okay, lighter but bigger. All right, so this is how you make horsepower. But other than that, this is not about a horsepower deal. Yeah, it's all about the timing. So let me get this timing belt off and pop the next one on. Pop the new one on, rather. Pop the new one on, and then we'll be able to button it up from there. All right, so let's get at it. All right, guys, we're back. We got the two bolts off. This is held on by a tensioner spring. You guys can see this spring right here. You guys gonna have to use a flathead screwdriver. Just kind of pry it down. Make sure you put this part right here in first. And then take a flathead screwdriver, put it in, pry it down, take a 12-inch socket, screw it up, and then it'll hold the tension on this pulley here. So, and then when you get ready to put this bolt in, you're gonna have to do the same thing to this one, but you don't have any springs. So, how you do it is, you're gonna take your flathead screwdriver, pry this up, right? Because the pulley will go up. Okay. Once the pulley go up, you put your bolt in, and then you'll be able to get your the tension for the belt itself. So what we're gonna do right now is we're finna put this in time. I'm gonna show you guys. You guys can probably see it already, but I'm gonna give you guys a little close-up zoom, and you guys can probably see the close-up zoom already. But there's a timing mark on here. If you see that already, right? Well, this little dot right here, has to be lined up with that dot right there. All right. It looks dirty, but give me a second. I'm gonna get a wipe or something like that, clean it up, so you guys can see the bolt is moving that the dot to line this pulley or the crank sprocket up with that little dot right there. All right. So give me a second, and then I'm gonna clean it up, so that way you guys can know how to put your car in time and line it up. And then we're gonna go up to the top and do the same thing for that one. All right, so, and I already got that one in line too, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right, so let's go up top. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna cut the video. I'm gonna go straight up top, show you how to do it. All right, let's go. Let's go. So we got the new belt here, and how you really want to put this thing in time. We remove this, pull that out the way. So if you guys already see this little mark right here, all right, there's a mark behind this on this part of the engine. It should be red, blue, green, whatever color it is. All right, this little mark right here, you'll be able to see it through that hole. Now, usually they be like, man, how you gonna be able to see that? Can't put my head in there. You can. You got enough room if you remove this right here. So I removed this. It's only held by two 14-inch bolts, 1 and 2. There's a bracket for it right there. And you can just remove those bolts. You can remove those 2 bolts right there. And then you can take the whole bracket out. And then you can get this out of your way. All right, so basically, let me show you the timing mark on this thing here. Just gonna turn it. I think I'm gonna have to get you guys off the tripod, but I'm gonna try not to. All right, so you guys see this little, get my fat hands in here. All right, you see that little mark right there, that little red dot? All right, this little hole is gonna line up with that red dot, which will mark this marking straight up top. All right, so that's how you know your car is in time and is correct. You know what I mean? So with the number 1 piston being up, you guys will know that the car is in time. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back in time, and then get the belt on, and then go from there. All right, so reverse the process. All right, see y'all next one. Yo, I'm back. So bonus tip is, to order to get this correctly, I'll show you how to do this. You're gonna take this thing right here, right? You're gonna pry it in that hole. You wanna make sure that that is straight. It's not this way or that way, none of that. You wanna make sure that this is straight, because if it's not, then it's not in time right, okay, you guys? So how do you do that? Well, you just, like I said, you just take this little point, put it in a hole. That little red marking that I showed you guys earlier, you're gonna put this right on that hole. If this is facing this way or that way, I guarantee you your timing is off. But if it's straight, then this right here is straight. Okay, so as long as this is at 12 o'clock, you guys are already on your way to putting your car back in time. All right, so that's just a little bonus tip for you guys. So you guys can use it, take it for how you want it. Just make sure you guys are lining up your holes and your timing marks the right way, so this way you don't have mistiming or even misfires, because even with this being off time, you can have misfires. All right, so make sure all your dots and stuff is lined up the right way, and then you can go from there. But keep you guys in action, right? Give you some action. Here. So remember, I want to get this marking right here to a little marking right here. All right. You guys probably already seen my finger on it, but oh, Man, um, shouts out to Fast Orange. Go to AutoZone, pick them up, $4.99 a pack. Easy cleanup, easy. I want to say a lot of easy cleanup, man. I mean, if you guys are out here doing this, grab this, pick it up, and get you cleaned up real fast and easy. Um, you don't have to worry about a lot of goop on your hands. So this way, you guys can actually stay clean out here. I think cleaner jobs make a better performance. So I always believe in that, and I'm always stick with that. So yeah, so shout out uh, to AutoZone for these. $4.99 a pack. Pick them up. $3.99 a pack at AutoZone. Go pick them up today. Get yourself cleaned up as you're doing your jobs. All right. So pick these things up, you guys. Oh, and they got another good product too, because I use this. It's another shouts out to Orange, Fast Orange Premium Heavy Duty Hand Cleaner. 2-in-1 nut, walnut, and pecan. Wouldn't know why they have fragrance in it, but yeah. I guess it's the moisturizer that has it in it too. So when you washing your hands with this, you're not getting the dry hands with the regular orange. So pick some of this stuff up too. I think this is $5.99 a bottle or $6.99 a bottle at AutoZone. Pick it up, get you some, and get your hands moisturized and clean as you are doing your jobs. So great product, love it. Been rocking with it for a little minute, so yeah, shouts out to them guys. But yeah, go get you some. Keep your hands clean while you're doing your jobs, you guys. So, all right. So back to this timing. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna use that little wipe. I'm gonna use one of the wipes, the orange wipes, and probably clean them up. I would use degreaser, but I didn't bring none for this particular job because my customer, they actually keep their engine bay pretty much freaking clean. You know what I mean? So they keep it clean enough so this way you're not super oily. But other than that, man, I mean, jeez. I mean, easy. Look. Check this out. My hands were freaking dirty, dude. My hands was dirty, okay? This little wipe does all that. All right? Look at that towel, bro. One wipe, you know? Dirty hands, but clean hands. All right? They don't say they come sparkly clean like jet wash or you're throwing them in the washer. No, it's pretty good. So go out, pick it up, get you some. I'm just doing this real quick so you guys can see this timing mark and go from there. So multi-purpose wipes. I like it. I like the multi-purpose wipes because you can clean up a lot of, bad areas and a lot of gunky areas and stuff like that. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this mark here. Get you guys back zoomed in. We're finna get our marks timed up and in line. So we're gonna get this mark here, right on that little mark back there, the one I was showing you. How you do that is by using your harmonic balancer bolt. You're gonna put it back in, screw it up. Matter of fact, you can do it with the, and you probably won't even have to do it. I'm gonna see if you can do it two ways. So the first way will be with the harmonic balancer, right? Because that's what goes there. This is what goes there. My bad, you guys. Sorry if I'm bumping you guys around, but stick with me. All right. Oh, yeah. So, all right. All right. So we got our marks in time. All right. We got our mark in time. If you see it, you got that mark there with that little dot back there. And it is right at the mark. All right. So how do you keep this thing from turning once you put your belt on, right? Well, known trick. So we're gonna go ahead and put the belt on, right? And then get this thing here back in time. Well, it's already in time, but get the belt on and keep the timing right. All right. So show you how to do that. Yo, what up, everybody, man? This is your boy Busy Bee, man, back at it with another one. So got the timing in time. We got it in time. Putting the cover back on. We're gonna do a quick fire up, see how she sounds, warm the blood up on it, make sure everything's all the vinyl signs on the car are working properly as expect, and then man, we should be good and golden with the Hyundai Accent 2012. But you can get the same model between the 2010 to the 2015. It'll be the same thing for the timing. So yeah, so we're gonna put it back together, fire it up, let it warm up, see how she sounds. She sounds pretty good to the customer, sounds good to me. Hey, we up out of here, all right? So yeah, so be back soon. All right, man. The boy Busy be back at it again, man. Done with the Hyundai, excuse me, Hyundai Element or whatever it is, Hyundai Accent. There you go, Hyundai Accent. Done with the Hyundai Accent timing belt. Pretty much, like I said, simple job. You got super simple jobs, but you know, like I said, if you got that 1.8 4-cylinder, you guys gonna be facing those little problems that on the video that I was showing you guys as first as pulleys, belts, you know, just getting the main stuff off and then assessing those I want to say those parts or just getting to the tiny belt. So if you're willing to go through it, then like I said, you know, go for it, because like I said, you got the time, you can do it. It's not hard. You can always rewind this video back and it'll show you how to do it step by step, what bolts you're going to be taking off and stuff like that, etc., etc. But yeah, man, so I'm stoked. I want to hear it start up. So you guys want to hear it start up? Let's see how it starts up. Let's see if we can get a start up. All right. So oh, no key. Let's see, we're gonna start it up. We're gonna start it up. We're gonna go get our customers. And yeah, hope they happy with it too. But yeah, man. So let's start it up. Got the key right here. We're gonna start it right up and then go from there, bro. Hold on. All right. So the Hyundai Accent timing belt change. Let's listen to it run. Ready? There you go. All the lights are on. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Oh, check engine light though. Let's see why. What's going on? Set that check engine light come back on. See what happens, you know. All right, it came back on. Now, just gotta figure out why is it coming on. You know what I mean? But it sounds good. Right? Sounds wonderful. But we gotta figure out why that check engine light came back on, guys. So stay with me on this one. And maybe we'd be able to find why it came on. So yeah, man. Another one, Busy B accident, Hyundai Accent timing belt change out on 2012 Hyundai Accent timing belt change. So there you go. Very first startup, very first turnover. And man, holla guys at the next one, all right?